Talking sports.
Welcome back to 2 News at 10 o'clock. As always, we are so glad to have you tonight. Steve Down is the entrepreneur behind Even Stevens Restaurants, which just sold its 1 millionth sandwich.
You know, that means that 1 million people have been fed through his give back business model. Shauna Lake with more now in tonight's Person to Person.
Steve owns several companies, all of which are designed to help people in need. His first company was born during a time of debilitating debt, and he believes it saved his life.
Financially Fit is a company I'm very passionate about because, in fact, the other companies that I've founded, they're the fruit that have grown on that tree.
That stemmed from a personal financial setback for you in 1999, was it?
It's amazing how how financial disease can impact every aspect of your life. It affects your emotional health, your physical health, your relationships. My wife, Colleen, 7 children, and of course, with 7 children, she's a full-time mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I found myself with pneumonia, sicker than I've ever been before. And I found myself in a situation where I was considering very dark things in my life, you know, $3.5 million in debt, you know, a wife and 7 children, no assets, no income. And so what do?
Were you considering taking your life? I mean, you alluded to that a little bit.
I hate dwelling on that, but it was a very dark time. And I think most people can relate of a time in their life when they've considered, you know, any option possible. My self-talk was, okay, Steve, you've inspired others. Maybe it's time for you to inspire yourself before it becomes more serious. And I asked myself, you know, well, what do I have to hope for? You know, financial ruin, bankruptcy, and then the thought, you know, occurred to me, what if I could become debt-free in 5 years or less, maybe? I put it to paper and I realized I can do that. And a few short years thereafter, maybe 5 years thereafter, I could be financially free for life. And so that's when I put on my bathrobe, and there's my wife, Colleen, sorting through the bills, and her comment was, I hope you're not thinking about starting another business, because maybe that, you know, maybe that was a good time to consider getting a job. And I told her that I was thinking of a new business. It had been incubating for weeks. She asked me, what would it be called? And I said, Financially Fit. We became the largest provider of personal wealth education coaching in the world.
So you save yourself financially, and then how do you get the idea for Even Stevens?
Even Stevens was inspired on a trip to Denver. I was with my personal assistant, and we had a great sandwich in this fast casual restaurant. And I asked my assistant, "How do you improve upon this? Wow!" And he looked at me and he said, "Steve, you claim to be the serial entrepreneur." He said, "I challenge you to improve upon this concept before I'm done with lunch." And I'd been recently inspired by Tom's shoes. And I said, "Tell you what, we'll build a sandwich shop near the University of Utah. And for every sandwich we serve, we'll provide a sandwich of equal nutritional value to the community's hungry, sandwich for sandwich." But I wanted to be local. I felt that local would be more of a millennial concept. And there's, you know, people are unaware of the fact that there are hungry people right here in Salt Lake City, in Boise, Idaho, where we have a restaurant, in the Arizona. We have 10 restaurants operating now. There are hungry among us. So what's evolved from this is a philosophy which I teach as cause capitalism. It's where a for-profit should choose a non-profit partner, and not as a gimmick, but as a part of your business plan, and you support that non-profit partner. I believe it's the capitalism of the 21st century. Capitalism must become kinder and gentler and more compassionate.
How would you like to be remembered?
I believe my legacy, other than I wouldn't mind being remembered as a decent husband and father, I would like to be remembered as a cause capitalist, and I would love to inspire others to do the same.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So nice to get to know you.
What a pleasure and a privilege being on this show.
New term, cause capitalist. Steve's next venture is similar to Even Stevens, except this time it is with hotels. For that and more, you can go to KUTV.com, click on features and Person to Person.
Person to Person is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Chevys every Sunday night here on 2 News.